Let me tell you the worst kept secret in the world. You want a better life, you want more money, and you want more respect. You also want more options, but you don't want to grind all day for it. And listen, it's not that you hate hard work, you just hate the idea of just wasting a life chasing it. Now, here's where the confusion comes in. You look around and everybody's telling you work harder, wake up earlier, do more, and just want it bad enough. But inside you're probably thinking, man, if this is what it takes, maybe I just don't want it. And that's where you start feeling guilty and you start calling yourself lazy, undisciplined, and unmotivated. But let me flip this on you real quick. The problem isn't that you're lazy. The problem is you're smart enough to see the game and know that there's gotta be a way more efficient way. By the way, if you're new here, my name is Amari and I spent years in a corporate career and reached financial independence in my early 30s. And I didn't do this by hustling harder, but by simplifying just how I thought about money, work, and quite frankly, effort. And now I try to give back by sharing my approach to personal finance, career growth, and just general lifestyle approaches that have worked for me. So here's what I'm gonna do in this video. First, I'm going to explain why you feel this way and why it actually makes sense. Then I'm going to show you what most people get wrong. And then by the end, I'm going to give you 2 principles that lazy but ambitious people can use to decide what's worth their effort and what's not. Before we talk about money or systems, let's clear something up right now. Lazy people don't think about improving their lives. Lazy people don't worry about money. And lazy people don't feel this internal pressure to do better. But you know who does? You do. So that already disqualifies you from being lazy. What you really are is effort sensitive. You don't mind working, but you do mind working on stuff that doesn't move the needle. Here's what I mean. You most likely hate pointless meetings. I mean, like, who doesn't? Fake productivity, busy work, and doing 30 things just to get one result. And society, quite frankly, hates people like you because the system doesn't make money off thinkers. They make money off doers who don't ask questions. And you're probably the type who asks, why do I gotta do all that? Who does this actually benefit? And is this even necessary? So that's not laziness. That's actually awareness. So let me tell you why personal finance content is just so boring to you, outside of the fact that it's just so bland. Because this is usually built for one or two extremes. It's either for the nerd who loves spreadsheets and optimization, or just the reckless spender who needs discipline beat into him. And you don't fit either box. I mean, you're out here listening to advice like max everything out, side hustle nonstop, invest aggressively, and you're probably thinking like, man, this feels like just another full-time job. So your brain does what it's supposed to do. It says, nope, this is too much. Now, I'm not saying none of those things are important because they actually are, and I 100% support them. But when you hear all of them stacked together all at once, you just shut down, and then you feel behind, and then you procrastinate, and then you just avoid the topic altogether. Not because you don't care, but because the cost of thinking is just too high. Now, that's not laziness. That's your brain just protecting your energy. Let me say this real slow. Lazy but ambitious people don't want to win fast. They just want to win once. They don't want constant decision making, emotional roller coasters, and just feeling like they always got to keep up. They just want something that works quietly. That's why flashy advice just doesn't work on you, because it requires your attention, emotion, and just constant effort. And your soul just rejects that, because deep down you know, if this requires this much energy, I'm eventually going to end up quitting. So instead of just forcing yourself to become louder, faster, and harder, you need systems that move even when you don't feel like moving. So this is where principles come in, not as rules, but just as guidelines. And I only have 2 principles for you because there's no need to just go on a bunch of tangent. Principle number 1, remove yourself from the process. This is going to sound counterintuitive, but just stay with me. Discipline is overrated for people like you. Not because discipline is bad, but because discipline relies on willpower. And willpower, it's temporary. Lazy but ambitious people don't need discipline. They need defaults. So let the system decide for you. I'm talking automatic investing, automatic savings, and just simple rules that are Barney style. Because every time you gotta decide, you're actually burning mental fuel. And once that fuel is gone, you stall. So the smartest thing that you can do is to remove yourself from the equation. Because here's the truth. If your success depends on you feeling motivated, you already lost. Now, the last and second principle, chase boredom. Here's the truth. The best strategies in the world are boring. Now look, at first boredom might feel like stagnation, but here's what you're not considering. Boredom means low maintenance. Low maintenance means sustainability, and sustainability is where compounding lives. You see, exciting strategies need constant attention. The boring strategies, they just need time. So lazy but ambitious people don't lack patience. They just lack tolerance for chaos and just unnecessary inputs. And once boredom stops feeling like failure, you stop sabotaging yourself, which leads directly to the next issue that you probably struggle with. Here's the psychological trap, and I've done this way too often in the past. You're equating visible effort with real progress. There's likely been times where you see other people switching strategies, talking loud and moving fast, and you're probably thinking, I must not be doing enough. But here's the truth. Compounding doesn't look like movement at first. It looks like nothing. And nothing makes people nervous, so they abandon the plan. They switch lanes and they chase validation. Lazy but ambitious people make the mistake of just judging their progress way too early. So the thing is, you're not behind. You're just in the boring part. And if you could just sit still long enough, most of your stress would disappear. So here's what's really been messing with you, and nobody named it for you. I've actually felt this myself in the past. Your brain is constantly asking one question: is this worth my energy? And every time the answer feels unclear, your motivation drops. Not because you are lazy, but because your mind just refuses to spend energy without guaranteed meaning. That's why hype just doesn't work on you. That's why motivation videos just don't last. And that's why urgency just feels fake. Your brain isn't broken, it's just efficiently economical. Here's what I mean. It wants fewer decisions, clearer outcomes, and less emotional noise. And when you don't get that, you freeze, and then you stall, and then you delay. That's not laziness, that's just self-preservation. The moment that you build systems that respect that, your stress drops, your consistency increases, and your confidence comes back. Because now life just isn't fighting your nature. So if you've noticed, I'm not here to scare you or rush you or make you feel like you're behind. I'm here to help you understand the game, so you can play it your way, quiet, simple, and effective. Now, let me leave you with this, and I want you to really hear me on this. You're not lazy, and you're definitely not behind. You just stopped believing in systems that demand your life but never gave you peace. And that's not weakness, that's actually maturity. See, the world keeps telling you move faster, do more, and chase harder. But the people who actually win, they just slow everything down. They remove friction and they let time do the heavy lifting. You don't need a new strategy every 6 months. You don't need to feel excited all the time, and you don't need to prove your ambition, quite frankly, to anybody. If your plan feels calm, if it feels boring, and if it feels sustainable, just even on the worst possible day, that's not failure, that's alignment. You don't build a good life by burning yourself out. You build it by setting just something up once and then letting it work quietly while you live. So stop apologizing for one ease, stop feeling guilty for one simplicity, and just stop letting people convince you that peace means you don't want it bad enough. You want smart, and smartness lasts longer. I don't know if that's a word. So hey, if this video gave you language for something that you already felt, this is where you belong. So like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.